Hello, hello, hello. Anybody out there? Anybody out there tonight? Somebody here? Anyone? Hey, I'm on here just trying new studio. If you saw my last video, now I'm trying to get the internet stuff working. So let's see how this goes. Because if any of you have seen my other streams, you know I've been having a really difficult time. That was in the old house. So let's see how the new house goes. That was in the old house. So let's see how the. So if anybody's hanging out, I'd appreciate the help letting me know. Look, I got a guitar on. Letting me know. Yeah, that doesn't sound good. This is my EVH guitar that I have to get fixed. What's up, Eddie? This EVH guitar must get worked on because not only does it have a little chip in the neck, it's got an issue with the jack too. I think something happened when the strap fell off of it. I got my cabinets back here going, and I'm not sure. It's probably going to be way too loud in this room. I'm only using the one mic tonight. So if it's too loud, just let me know. It's not really that loud in the room. Somebody else, a couple other people hopped on here, so say hello. If anybody can let me know if you can hear me, if the sound and the video is kind of synced up a little bit. It might be a little bit off, depending on your internet connection and mine. I'm actually hardwired now, so I'm trying to cut everything out from my last house. So I'm hardwired with the internet, and if I still have problems, then I know that I'm most likely going to need to upgrade my Mac at some point. So again, I'm on here. I've got my, let me see if I can bring this over. I've got my Helix right there. I'm running through the effects return of my DSL100, and it's coming out the 412 over there. And you're only hearing it through this blue microphone right here, Yeti. So I'm hoping that it's not going to be too loud. Gear Nerd is here, cool. Is it? You can hear me, that's cool, but is the audio synced up with the video, or am I like a second behind or a second ahead as far as that goes? And also, I'm just gonna hit a couple of chords here. Let me know how the volume is on the guitar. Like I said, it's only gonna be picking up in the room right now. So my levels are showing that that's really, really hot. This mic just picks up really well. It's not really that loud in this room. So I wish I had a better way. Let me lower this a little, see if that helps. All right, let me lower the guitar volume down. Yeah, I know it's bright. The speaker is aimed right at the mic, so it's much louder than me. I'm gonna turn it down now. The only thing I'm worried about is you're gonna hear the strings clanking. I haven't had time, as I said, my previous video. I just bought this house, just got the stuff set up, and I haven't set up the the miking and all that stuff for the guitars. That might be a little bit better. I'm gonna check my levels here. Yeah, it seems like it, on my end anyway, the levels look a little better. They're not hitting the red anymore. They're going, you know, a little bit into the yellow now and then, but mostly staying in the green. So we got some people jumping on. Say hello. We got Gear Nerd here. Eddie Thompson's here. Gear Nerd has given me one of these, so I guess the level's a little better. Sorry if you can hear. You probably can hear that, but hopefully when I'm playing you don't hear it. I'm only on here for a few. I just wanted to check out this, how the streaming is going to work in this house with the wired connection. So seems like it's so far so good. But so what I'm doing tonight is, as many of you probably already know and already have downloaded, the new 2.50 Helix firmware, and they finally have the Friedman BE100 in it, and I'm so happy because that's pretty much my favorite amp of all time, and I owned one and I had to sell it to help fund this very house I'm in right now. It was funny, I was out at NAMM a couple of weeks ago talking to Dave Friedman, and I told him that I had to sell the amp, the BE100, to fund a house, and he couldn't believe that I got enough money to fund a house with it. But I had to explain to him that it was just for like small part of a down payment. But I regret selling it, but I had to. The house came first, but now Line 6 has saved me. We got it back, sort of. It's really, I was playing the BE100 through that amp. Through that cabinet. So I'm getting close to the same tone here. Eddie's asking, we ever do Edge of a Broken Heart? We used to do it long time ago. The problem with that is we kept changing bass players, and bass players had to keep learning our set. And that song just kind of pushed aside. I can play. So that is a little of an intro for you, Eddie. I kind of remember it. Yeah, that Cali, Texas model is awesome too. I was actually, you know what? Hold on a sec. I was actually just dialing in something with that tonight too. They sound kind of similar, probably coming through this microphone, but in the room, the Cali is not as meaty or hairy as the Friedman. It's a really nice sound. Cleans up really well. So that's the Cali right there. I'm going to go back to the Friedman. This is just the BE part of the Friedman. It really does remind me of the amp that I had. There's slight difference. Obviously it's a model of the amp, but it's pretty close. Hey Mike, how you doing? is the BE100 Glenn DeLone snapshots. No, this is just the actual. This is one I came up with. I had made my. I don't buy any more commercial presets. They just, the guys that are playing them in the videos sound amazing, and then when I get them, I have different guitars, different pickups, different speakers. Nothing ever sounds. I can never get anything sounding close to what I hear in the video, so I just make my own. Eddie's asking, what gear impressed me most at NAMM? Believe it or not, besides the Line 60 HX Edit, which was really, really cool, there's this company, let me see, I have their card here. There's a company called, thanks Mike, Sam Systems. I'm trying to see if you guys can see that. Sam Systems, they're based out of the UK, and I met Simon, Richard, and Lars there. And what it is I tried to explain this to some friends here. First of all, what it looks like, and now it's a close miking system for a guitar cabinet, but it looks like a steering wheel. It's round like a steering wheel with, you know, the middle piece and everything. And what you do with it is you take the back of your speaker cabinet off. They have it in 10-inch speaker size and 12-inch. So you take the back of your speaker cabinet off. You find say you got a 412, you find the speaker that you like the most. I don't know if you can even tell, but some guys have their favorite speaker in a cabinet. You find that one. You take the speaker out, and then you put this steering wheel looking thing in first. Then you put the speaker back over it and you screw it back in. So the Sam system, they call it the integral, is first. So that's closest to the front grill. Then you got the speaker behind it. And what's happening is where the cone is on the speaker, they have a cardioid mic right there on that steering wheel thing that you're going up against when you're screwing it back in. And whatever they did, they found the sweet spot of most guitar speakers. So they've angled this microphone that's built inside. It's a little off center, and it's in. They call, you know, they let me demo it. They gave me a guitar. It was an orange amp combo, and he's like, okay, play first. So he had me playing, you know, some kind of dirty, you know, rhythm type thing I was playing. Could hear it coming out of the orange amp. You know, it sounded like an orange amp. It was fine. Then he said, hold on. And then he had one of those, I don't even know what model it was. It was, you know, those tall PA, long, thin stick speakers. Like, I think Bose or something like that. I think it might have been a Bose. So then he started turning this thing up. So what happens is, coming out of that cabinet, you got a cable attached to that steering wheel. I keep calling it a steering wheel. That's just the easiest way to, if you go check it online, their website is samsystems-uk.com. It looks like a steering wheel. So you got a cable attached to it that comes out of your cabinet, and then there's an input for an XLR. So your sound guy doesn't have to mic. The mic's already on there. He just plugs his XLR in and gets his level. So when he turned it up and it was coming through that Bose speaker, it was like crystal clear. And what impressed me even more was when he switched to the clean channel. He shut it off again, switched to the clean channel. I got like a clean tone out of the orange amp. It sounded nice. But then he brought it up into that PA speaker again, and it was, without a doubt, the cleanest, clearest, crispiest, I don't know what you want to call it, totally defined sound I've ever heard coming from a PA speaker. It was amazing. And I actually, I talked to them for a little bit. I gave them a CD. I gave them my card. I saw a couple of friends of mine from New York. I had to bring them over to let them know about it. Sam Systems, yep, samsystems-uk.com. Check it out, because that was easily the biggest surprise of NAMM that I saw. Like I saw pretty much everything, but that's the one thing that stuck out. And they were really nice guys too, really cool. And it, like I said, it was the clearest sounding guitar tone through a PA speaker I've ever heard. Usually when you mic up a speaker, you're gonna get some of the room sound. You're gonna get noise here and there. But this, because it's mounted inside the cabinet and it's right against the speaker, you're not, and the mic is pointed. It's only on one side at the speaker. There's no bi-directional mic on there. It's just going right in. You're not getting any other interference from anything else. So that was probably to answer simple question that Eddie asked. That was probably the thing that impressed me the most at NAMM. I think they're like $150 for one. I'm probably gonna end up getting one, even if it's just a demo or whatever. But it was mind-boggling how good that thing sounded. And from what I heard, they got a lot of really good feedback there. So NAMM was it was well worth the trip, but it was tiring. I was waking up, because I'm on the East Coast flying to the West. I was up at 4 a.m. West Coast time every day. I was there wide awake because of the 3-hour time difference. I was just tired, and 8 o'clock at night I'm like ready to go to sleep. Yeah, homemade ISO cab. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna get one of those things. Sorry, just I'm loving this Friedman model. I'm actually going. I have a private gig tomorrow night, in Salem, Mass, where the witches live, and I'm going to run this exact setup. I'm going to have my sound guy mic the cabinet. I'm not running direct, but I'm using the Helix's Friedman model through the power section of the Marshall behind me. Let me move out of the way if you guys are hopping in late. This guy here, so the Helix is going into this and then into the 412. I'm going to mic that up, and I'm going to run it with that, I think, unless I get to the venue and it doesn't sound quite the same, because that has happened before. If that's the case, I've always got I can always go back to my using the amps tone if I need to. Probably should learn that one again. But glad you guys were able to hop in here, because this was a last minute. I actually was sitting on my computer and I'm like, oh, let me just try to go online and see if I can get this internet and YouTube thing working. So thanks for coming out. Eddie, what mic do I use and where do I place it? It's usually just it's either a 57 or a 609, depending on the sound guy. Usually a 57. I just prefer a 57. And as far as where do I place it, I'm not really picky with that. I'll the sound man will put it on there, and I'll go out with my wireless. I'll go out and listen and hear if it needs to be adjusted. But usually We have a good sound guy with our band, so he knows what I like to hear, and we're pretty similar in what we want to hear. So I let him handle that. Let's I've been messing around. So the other cool thing about using this Friedman model is previously I had a preset for every song in the set, and it was just, I mean, it's fine, but it was becoming a hassle to have to put them every show. I had to change the order and then have to remember when a song's done to go to the next preset. So I made a preset that really is just I stay on this, should be able to stay on this one preset all night tomorrow night. We'll see how it goes. I have, so this is the basic Friedman, the BE model. So I have a Klon, the Minotaur, on here. And I can turn that on or off. And I also have the HBE set to one of the foot switches. So that's off. I don't know if you can hear it picking up through the mic, but it's just a slight extra stage of hair, basically. I also have a phaser. I got a phaser, I got a flanger. That's just for using for Born to Be My Baby. Thank you, Eddie. Take care. I'll see you soon. Hope to be doing more of these. What else? I got a long delay. Long delay, then I get a volume boost. This stuff's probably not picking up, but I'll go through them anyway. I also have a chorus on there, so when I want to clean up, can't really hear that. I got a Vibe rotary. That, and I also have the, I call it the POG for so I have access to all of those, but I have snapshots set up too. I also have a looper on there, so during sound check I can, you know, play something into the looper and then go out front and solo over it or whatever and just see what it sounds like. That's it. I mean, like I said, I just came on here to see if the stuff was still working in the new house, new studio. If you haven't yet, check out my last video. There's a studio tour. I call it a studio, but it's a room. Just a little bit bigger than what I used to have. It looks a little nicer too. So I'm going to sign off. Been on here for almost a half hour. Wasn't planning on it. Next time I do a live stream, I'm going to make sure that I schedule it way ahead of time. This one was scheduled about 5 minutes before I went on, and I ended up having a few people on here, so that was pretty cool. I appreciate it, guys. If anybody has any questions, whatever, let me know, and I can give you, if you like the way that Friedman sounds, you know, obviously it's going through a, an amp, the power amp, and a real cabinet, but something sounded like it was still on. It isn't though. And on that note, Vito Brada, we'll say goodnight. Take care until next time. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. See ya.